Well, the origin of it was that we, I, with our staff, in my mind, we had three major holes after two terrible seasons. We had to have a shortstop. We did not have a shortstop that was going to be a part of a winning championship team. We had to have a closer. We did not have a closer. And we had to have a left-handed relief pitcher. So in trying to fill those three needs, and I go to the winter meetings after the '87 season, and I remember long discussions with the Toronto people and trying to deal with Toronto to get the three answers with one team. And that reached too many stalling points to see that that was going to go through in our best interest. But Sandy Alderson was then and is now a very dear friend. And Sandy and I at general manager meetings and winter meetings would run together. We were both runners. And so I can remember even at the general manager meetings, we took a long run. And actually we were in Florida. And I'll never forget this because Oakland was going to be the key here. And Sandy and I went out to run. We ran so long, so far. When we got back to the hotel, I was to meet with Reggie O'Carroll, one of our scouts. The scout, in fact, who had signed Alfredo Griffin in his first contract, I believe, with Cleveland. And I'll never forget, we came into the hotel lobby. Reggie's in this beautiful white jacket. I'm sweating with sweat pouring off of me. I said, Reggie, I'm so sorry that I'm late. I'm just trying to give you the background of how a trade is made. You wouldn't think it would be made under a sweaty position. And I said, I'll be right back for dinner. So I explained to Reggie that we had a chance to make a deal with Oakland. It was going to cost us Bobby Welch, but we had a chance to get the shortstop and the closer I felt we needed. And I looked at Reggie and I said, what do you think, Reggie? And he said that I'd do it, Fred. I would do it. And the saddest part of that story is after we won the World Series that night, Reggie listened to watch the final game, turned off his television, and never awoke, passed away that night. Oh. But so that was with Sandy. That was that part of the discussion. I wanted the left-handed relief pitcher, so I knew that Jesse Orosco could be available. That brought into the equation Joe McIlvaine and the Mets. And the player that Joe wanted from us was a right-handed pitcher out of Kentucky by the name of Jack Savage. And I knew the scout who knew Jack very well, Carl Lowenstein. Again, it's a reliance on the scouts. And I remember meeting with Carl and we talked about Savage. This was during the season when I would go into a ballpark, Cincinnati or Pittsburgh or wherever. I would always gather myself around our scouts who were in the area so that I could spend time with them. And I never forget, Carl told me one time, he said, Fred, I don't think Jack's ever going to have a major league breaking ball. He's got a great arm. He's got great stuff, but I'm not sure. And so when we had the discussions, there were some people that in the Dodger group that I relied on. And one of them said, I wouldn't trade Jack Savage, Fred. So now you're listening to your scouts. I said, look, he may or may not develop into a wonderful major league pitcher. I don't know. But we're not going to let Jack Savage stand in the way of getting the shortstop and the closer. So that was the background of a deal that really proved to be a key part, as you mentioned, of 1988.